Hey folks, Randy here, Dulin Cut Trim. So I got a question on YouTube, and I figured this would be a great time to respond to it while I'm just got done working on my Steel FS90R. And the question was, what were my thoughts on buying new handheld equipment every 2 years to avoid like the maintenance and this breakdown issues and stuff like that. Since generally speaking, handheld equipment lasts about 2 years before something breaks. So I'm just going to tell you, this is from my perspective as a solo operator. Okay, I understand when you get bigger, this answer could change, but this is just where I'm coming from. All right, so this trimmer is $350 brand new, somewhere in there. I got it in 2016. It's 2018 now, and stuff is now starting to break. I just replaced the drive shaft in here, although I'm pretty sure it broke because of user error. I also had to replace the recoil with an aftermarket recoil, which has a crack in it. Goodness gracious. Okay, I guess that's why you don't go aftermarket. Jeez, that's annoying. Alright, well anyway. So I bought it 2 years ago, and things are starting to break. That's fine. So you gotta ask yourself though, do I want to spend $350 to buy a brand new FS90R? Or do I want to spend $15 and replace the drive shaft? That feels like a really easy answer. Recoil broke. Do I want to spend $350 on a brand new trimmer? Or do I want to spend $15 and get a new recoil? I mean, for crying out loud, man. With eBay? eBay, but with Amazon? I can get a carburetor, air filter, spark plug, coil, fuel lines, primer bulb, everything. I can get all that stuff for 20 bucks. So I'm not buying new equipment every 2 years. As long as you're getting steel, parts are cheap. It doesn't make sense to me. Like 350 brand new, and so far in 2 years I've spent $35 in parts. That doesn't make sense to me at all. Now take this BR550 here. This is the BR550 I use. I bought this machine 2016 actually. Oh, that's when I got it. It was used. This is a 2012 model. So it's 6 years old. I bought it for 75 bucks. It looked, believe it or not, in worse shape than it does now. The shroud that I bought, it's having the same new problem on this one. The shroud I bought, these lines were so deep and pronounced, they were literally cutting the pull cord. And I was having to replace the pull cord because it was getting chopped up because of that. It was kind of hard to start when I bought it, 5 or 6 pulls to get it going. I went on Amazon. Oh, and the trigger, there was no trigger, it was just full blast. That's all you got. I went on Amazon. I spent $25 on a kit. Got a brand new filter, brand new spark plug, brand new carburetor, fuel lines, primer bulb, something else. Got all that stuff, put it in there. She starts first pull every single time, including first thing in the morning on a Monday after a weekend of sitting. I mean, I guess I could have, because this is like a 5% reduction in a BR600. A BR600 is the closest you're going to get to this type of machine now. So I guess I could have spent $600 and got a BR600, or I could spend $20 and get a machine that starts on the first pull and is just as powerful. That feels like a no-brainer to me. Why would you spend money you didn't have to spend? I mean, shoot. Between that brand new steel trimmer I didn't buy, and this brand new BR600 I didn't buy. I can cover my mortgage. So that just doesn't even make sense to me. Now, I did end up buying the shroud. The shroud was expensive. This was $50. What the heck, you know? But I did buy that because that was a necessity. Of course, now it looks kind of goofy. I want to buy a new air filter cover so that it's at least kind of matches. Oh, that's not true. The other thing I had to buy is I had to buy a brand new frame. This was $30. Frame was $50. Yeah, I had to buy a brand new frame because the handle part cracked, and that's how I used it to secure it to my truck. So, okay, let me back up. I bought this for $75. I've got about $100 into it. But like, the guy that owned it before me definitely did absolutely no maintenance to this machine. So this is a 6-year-old blower that's had a total of $100 put into it. Why would I spend $600 when I could spend $100? $600 for a brand new one, $100 to keep this bad boy running great. Doesn't make sense to me. Just like it doesn't make sense to me to spend $350 for a brand new one of these when $20 seems to be doing just fine. That's my perspective on it. You know, do what you got to do, you know? And honestly, you need to know how to fix your own equipment anyway, so as it breaks, that's a good opportunity to learn. So that's my perspective on it. I do understand that when you get to a certain size, that perspective, the downtime isn't worth, I still think it might be, but people with businesses bigger than mine say the downtime's not worth, you know, repairing the equipment. So I don't know. I think they just don't feel like it, but that's just me. All right, so this is Randy with Dulin Cut Trim. I hope this was helpful to you. If you got any questions, please leave them in the link below. There's no link, but leave it in the thing below, and you know, I'll answer from my perspective. So have a good one.